Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another showing of the Midnight Broadcasting Network on YouTube. My name is SlayJ84, and today we have the Daytona 250 at the Daytona International Speedway. This is, once again, we are back here with the Elite Cup Series and the Elite Racing League, and this is their season opener. As you guys have seen their social media, you guys have seen that we're going to be doing their crown jewel and their playoffs. And tonight I am here with Bulldog back in the booth and NASCAR fans. Should be exciting. But Bulldog, y'all were at the Talladega Super Speedway last night, or the our truck series was. It was fantastic racing overall. Do you expect that same out of this league? This racing season?
You know, Daytona's a little tight of a track. You know, it's either going to go one or two ways. It's either going to be a fantastic race with, you know, great racing overall, guys in big packs, or, you know, it's going to be a wreck fest. You know, this is their Cup Series. This is their Premier League. And I think we're going to see a really good race overall.
Sure, man. Do we have NASCAR? Is he here?
Yep. Yeah, he's...
Okay. We should get the qualifying order here shortly. But NASCAR fan, what are your thoughts? I mean, you guys, I don't think you guys have seen this league before. You guys are new to the Friday Night Commentary team. But NASCAR fan, what do you think is going to go on here?
I think it'll be a good race. I think these guys will take it easy at the beginning and get a little bit more aggressive as the race goes on.
Well, it is their crown jewel race, and every guy out there wants to win the 500. You know, it's somebody, you want it. I've won quite a few in other leagues, and, it's the one ring you want on your finger. You'd put it up there with the championship. It's probably the biggest race you can win through the whole season, in my perspective.
Yep, and we go into Daytona to start the season, and there's one guy that everyone has their eyes on, and that is On Fire Racing. This guy was in the top 50 for PS4. He did not get drafted, but still a pretty good overall driver, and he was able to win their championship last year. So we would love to see what he can do. We know he's looking to go back-to-back and start the season off strong. Let's see if he can get it done today.
Yeah, I've known On Fire for a while. I used to race with him in a couple of different leagues, but one guy I definitely have my eye on tonight is a guy that's really fast. He's ran some midnight races, and that's nap racing. I'd say he's probably going to be really fast tonight. Republican, who would you say is going to be your pick to win out of the guys you've seen on the roster?
I'm going to have to go with nap racing. I mean, I've raced with him. He's pretty good.
Alright, so that blue screen and gentlemen, invites just went out for the drivers, so we'll have to wait about another minute here. We'll be ready to go. My pick, though, for this race, I'm going to go with, let's see, other guys racing. I'm going to go with, we'll probably go with Packers Dynasty. Last season, he had a very good overall season. I believe he finished like 5th or 6th in the standings. So we'll see how he's going to be able to do tonight. But I think he can get it done. Last race we did, I believe, was Talladega. He had a very impressive race. So we'll see if he can get it done here at Daytona.
And it should be pretty exciting to see who's going to be able to get lined up on that outside tonight, and who's going to be able to make the moves. Because, I mean, that's what it's going to take to win this race. You're going to have to make passes on the outside. I've seen that every time anybody's ever gone to Daytona. You're going to have to make them passes on the outside. You can't just rely on moving somebody up the track on the inside or snug down. It don't always work. You got to have somebody to dance with. Well, really, you got to have a whole drill team. As I said last night a couple times, to go up there to the outside and pull out. Now, once you get there, it depends on if you're going to be the good guy and stay with them, or you're just going to pull down and ditch them.
Alright, sorry for the blue screen once again, ladies and gentlemen. I will be getting the lobby here soon. And then we'll be sending our co-commentators. As you see, we have 18 cars here tonight in this race. Blue screen again, sorry. Alright, should be trying to get in here for you, Bulldog and Republican.
No notification.
Yep, there we go. Invites are up. You know, I'm kind of sad nobody's in a 21 car. All right.
We got a whole 2 SHR cars, so.
A lot of guys in here running, you know, the lower sponsored cars. There's a 00, 71, 62. There's actually no 21 on the roster. SHR does have
the 4 and the 14.
Alright, so as you see, the 2500 will be under the lights, and they're going to be going around 9,500 miles an hour until they get to the back stretches to kind of speed up the pace lap. It looks like on the pole will be the 2 of Chad Baseball. We're up for a starting order. Let's see, they're trying to sort it out still. Yes, starting second will be the...
go ahead, sorry.
Okay, you're fine. But starting second will be the 48 of Bloop and Blast. Starting third will be the... Sorry, I gotta get a good camera angle here. Starting third will be the 37 of Strasburg. Starting fourth, 00 of Old Man Ballin. Starting fifth will be the 24 of Packers Dynasty. Starting sixth will be the 4 of Joe. Starting 7th will be the 14 of Storm Chaser, and starting 8th will be the 42 of Chicken Eater. Starting 9th will be the 18 of Bonfire Racing, and starting 10th will be the 71 of Daniel Fritz. Starting 11th will be the 19 of Nap Racing, starting 12th will be the 1 of Bush Fan. Starting 13th will be the 62 of Josh the Fat Man, and as we go there, rest order we'll see later in the race, but we are green flag back underway. Or sorry, green flag underway, not back underway, as Chad Baseball will take us to the green flag and into turn 1.
That 00 hops down there early, and the 4 cars are all going to get in. These guys are getting pretty single file early. As we all know, the speeds will pick up, and a lot of different things pick up as we are running a fall race. So
these guys
should be interesting to see.
These guys, most of them trying to get to the bottom as quick as possible in this 80-lap event, which one of those is each for a pace lap. So these guys have to run technically 79 full laps here at the Daytona International Speedway. It's their open header. It might look like we're, you know, in summer for this league, you know, with the lights on here at the Daytona International Speedway. But we are here for the season opener, the Daytona, technically almost the Daytona 500, but the Daytona 200.
Yeah, you see a couple guys trying to make that high line work, man, but there's just not enough guys up there, especially with 3. They're just going to go to the back. I think this early in the race, I don't think you try to hop in front of a guy. You just ride your way on back there and just chill out in the back and stay out of trouble. These guys are doing a really good job right now being single file. As 37 looks underneath the 2.
The guys who were on that outside were the 42 of Chicken Ear, the 00 Wilmet Ball, the 1 was also in there of Bush Fan. The 11, he's now peeking to the outside. That is a Great God Zeus. What a username.
Man, that 42 is not shying away from trying to make moves. I don't think it's right now is the right time to make those moves because you can cost a lot more. You can cost yourself a lot more really respect in these open laps than you can spots. And a lot more things that's mattering right now. So
looks like the 9 of Rockstar Racing has some internet issues, and he said he would be starting and parking the first race of the season, which is what you hate to see, but he's going to get as minimal points possible.
You know, I will say this, those guys are kind of making some moderate moves right there when they get lined up properly. They're making, you know, a couple 1, 2, 3 car jumps up, but you see that 00 now lost the draft right there on the outside, and he's going to the back.
I don't know if we already said this before, but this league is a default league. You know, here at MBN, you're seeing custom leagues there on default setups. So I don't know if that changes the racing much, at least at Daytona. Oh, the 19 is on the apron.
Does
Comes
a
back up quite
wonderful
nicely.
job saving him right there, and everybody does a great job of going around him.
The 19 of Nap Racing is actually a member at midnight. A great save there.
I see a custom car back here in the field somewhere. I'd like to kind of get a look at it and see what's going on there.
The 9011's in the wall. Him and 71 have a little bit of contact. He keeps it in the wall though. 11 of Great God Zeus does a great job of keeping that out of any other cars. But you mentioned the custom car. That is the 99 of Mizzou, and he's trying to work his way to the front of the pack. He's on this outside
I'll
line
tell you
here.
what, that's a pretty sharp car. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's sponsorless, but it's still pretty nice.
Oh, the color scheme, not gonna lie. Looks like the, I don't know why it reminds me of a Corey LaJoy 32 car. Oh, as we said that, he's on the apron a little bit. Had a little contact with the 14 of Storm Chaser, but they work it all out there. The 19 gives plenty of room. Whoa, the 10 car looked like he went below the apron, and that's not gonna work out.
Oh, doing a nice job. Everybody behind him doing a real nice job of keeping them together. As I say that, they're wrecking.
Aaron board the 11 trying to get to the wreck.
And before that, you saw this 48, 37, and 2 car start trying to pull away a little bit. It looks like that second pack right now. It looks like it's kind of sitting in the 3s right now. The 42's kind of worked his way, and he's straggling onto the back of this pack. He's still trying to make that high line work, but you're not going to with no help.
Well, for sure. And with that move, that incident, that leaves the main pack to only... looks like we got around, let's see if we can get an estimate here. That's 5. We got around 8 cars, I believe, in this main pack. And they're trying to make that outside work. There was about 5 cars on that outside, but they're going to tuck down to that bottom. At least most of them are.
I believe I'm gonna have to change my pick for this race. I like his aggressiveness, and I like his attitude towards this race. Is that 42 car of a Chicken Eater? Great name. You gotta say I love the name too. But you know, I like the aggressiveness. He's doing a great job right now, and you know, certain guys rise to the occasion at these plate tracks, and I believe he's gonna be one of those guys.
So you see 5 on the top side. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
There's 5 on the outside, 5 on the high side. There was 5. Now there's 4 and 4 even. And you know when there's an even match of cars, unless you just have a big overpowering on that outside, the inside's going to win every time.
Another thing that I always knew here, usually at Daytona, you know, if you're just side by side, you know, even cars, if you can get about a half a door on them going into the corner on that high side, you're usually able to pull them down the back stretch just a little bit. So I think the high line's a lot easier to work here than it is at Talladega, because it's a little tighter and you're a little closer to them. But Danny, please go ahead and say what you was gonna say a minute ago, man.
I was saying that high side was starting to work there, but it's kind of simmered down now.
Yeah, I believe these guys are just gotta keep it calm, cool, and collected. As that 42 goes to the high side again, and he's trying to, man. You gotta love his motivation to try to make it work. His attitude towards it.
It looks like, what I forgot to say is, about, you guys have seen a couple of our Elite Cup Series races already, but they do manual cautions. You saw when we joined the lobby, stages were on, cautions and black flags were off, and they do manual cautions here. I believe its rec is 2 or more, 3 or more is what they do. So, you know, there could be a possibility where if you see a big wreck and it's not called, it is why. As the 4 and the 48 get the outside of wall, that makes that lead pack only 5 cars now.
I was following. I was on board with the 48 when they got together right there. And it looks like he just got the apron, hit that wall glitch. Really, not the apron, but hit the glitch. Going
48. Got that apron in the tri-oval. Got into the grass, but he saved it quite nicely.
I think that second pack back there, I don't know how many laps are going right now, but I think that second pack might be able to get them. Just depends on how many cars they got going, but they gotta work together if they're gonna try.
So there's a 5 versus, I think they have 7, but one's left out to dry. The 2 of them trying to work that outside. They, I mean, there's a possibility if they work together that it's going to work out, but they keep running like this. That main 5's got it.
Oh yeah. is yeah, I'm following along with this 24 right now. There is no urgency to get past that 2, which I believe is let every single lap to this point, which that's a pretty impressive feat to do it. Daytona or Talladega to lead this many laps this early on, and nobody really trying to challenge you for the lead.
Chad Baseball has led every lap so far. Your pole setter looking to lead for most of this race, and behind him that is the 24 of Packers Dynasty. So we'll see if he even has the. You said does look like he has the urge. I think he's comfortable sitting in that second spot. As the 14 of Storm Chaser sits third, the 37 of Strasburg sits fourth, and fifth sits the 42 of Chicken Eater. And that's your top 5, and that's also your main pack. Whoa, the 37 and 42 make some contact down the back stretch. And they save it, though. Great save.
I think the 37, I mean, it was really just a racing accident right there. I think the 37 was going to try to go with him. And because I saw the 14 and 37 kind of looking to the outside, and just a little miscommunication right there as everybody's going back to the outside again. Well,
Nobody wants to work with that 42.
48, Shaggy's in the pit road, looks like.
he's on the island of his own right there, and it's really hard to make passes, especially when nobody's behind you. And in this small group of a pack, but wait for a couple guys, you know, be calm, cool, collected. He's trying to make it work again. Definitely gutsy.
These 5 still sit in single file, and unfortunately we do not have a lap counter. We're having some technical difficulties with the Discord, as I cannot now hear anything.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. I know. Did you see the Twitch stream? Is that something that we can get a lap count off of that was in that chat?
I did not even see a Twitch stream.
Yeah, there's one in the general chat.
We'll look to that. Try and help us out.
Well, that 14 looks to be backing up a little bit. Maybe we're going to try to get around, go past this dominant 2 and 24 right now.
42 trying to let off 14. He's like he's all over that bumper. I know he's trying to lay back. But is the 11 pit, or did he lag out?
I ain't real for sure. We can try to get an update on that one.
We'll keep an eye on
Go
that.
around into. No, the 11 looks like he has lagged out.
He has. That's
He's still sitting on pit road.
That is the 11 of Great God Zeus.
And as we're speaking right now, the 37, 42, and the 14 now trying to make a pass on the outside. The 42 don't look now like he has the speed. Maybe burnt those tires up a little bit trying to get there, but now he's sucking back up at that draft. It looks like the 14 is just going to tuck back in, maybe. They're still charging.
If I'm the 37, if I'm those 3, I'm just going to tuck back down now, and wait a couple more laps, then get the run and go again.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have it organized enough now. I mean, if you're the 37, you're mad right now that 42, because he keeps trying to make a pass on you, and you're just trying to work with you.
Yep.
Get up there and pass these 2 front cars. The stage is on for this race.
They are.
Certain on it.
Green flag pit stops are underway, though. The 71, the 00, look to be making their green flag pit stops.
00 kind of holds a special place in my heart.
Let's get back to that 2 car. Chad Baseball. Coming up on the lap car, the 00.
Now looks like that. Oh, and he makes contact with the 2 car a little bit, slowing the 2 car down.
Wow.
And
contact 14, 37, 42. 3 car wreck. They're in the grass.
That bring the caution out.
00 is going to get in it. Oh, he dodged it. Wow. There's a huge pack of cars. 62's involved. On his nose, the 71 nails the wall.
That should be a caution, but I don't see these two front guys slowing down yet. Or they race it back.
I believe they race back to the line.
They still ain't slowed down. They've already raced it back. So I don't know. Maybe be a little discord and miscommunication right there, as we are having problems with it. So,
Maybe that was a
24 now
huge
looking
wreck.
the outside of the 2. Now I think, both these guys are veterans in this league, so you think you see that big of a wreck, you just go ahead and slow down anyway.
Yeah. They're not slowing down though.
That's sometimes why sometimes you love manual cautions and sometimes you hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they must just race to the end of the stage, maybe.
That was the end of the stage. Chad Baseball, your stage 1 winner and the first stage winner of the 2019 season.
Leading every single lap.
He has a
Really
good car.
It's going to be interesting now after we get some pit stops. Those guys that didn't have the chance to pit because they were staying out, getting those stage points, getting that stage win, like Chad and the 24, the 42, the 37 back there. It's going to be interesting to see how those cars handle in traffic at this point in time. When they come in and make the adjustments to the car and how much they pick up on speed.
So we really don't have, after the huge wreck there, we do not have an order. Like I said, it's kind of struggling here to get an order here. But we know Chad Baseball was able to win that stage with second place. Packers Dynasty in that 24. That he saw the 37-42 auto wreck. And you see the different types of strategy as now the 12 car of Mega Driver 24, who's a top 50 driver on PS4, is now leading the race with Packers Dynasty in second. Third is now Josh the Fat Man. Fourth is Bush Fan, and fifth goes to the, I believe, 2. He's now the 2 of Chad Baseball's outside line. Check it. Oh, the 1 and 14 makes some contact. So they're gonna be able to save it though.
Man, you gotta love some of these names in here.
Yeah.
Some of these usual names. I mean, definitely some creative guys.
However, we are on board here with the 18 of On Fire Racing. Second car on this outside line, falling back quickly. Looks like he's trying to get the bottom as quick as possible. And this is what you hate to see here. The 24 of Packers Dynasty restarted second, finished second that stage. He's now back to around the 15th or 16th position with that outside line work. How that outside line works.
And not only has a Ford led every single lap so far in this race, but Team Penske has led every single lap in this race.
First
so
Chevrolet in the field or non-Ford, it goes to the 62 of Josh, the Fat Man. Oh, it looks like a 10's on the apron. He's around. 0048, 18, big wreck. Looks like only 4 cars really spun.
Looks like a couple of them kept it straight just down the inside. Love to see what these guys do right here. See a couple guys maybe trying to make a move. Could be the race back.
Only around 7-8 cars in this main pack. We'll see what they do. The 12 is going to go down pit road.
He may have forgot to pit. That may have not been strategy. So now the 62 car will be your leader.
62 of Josh.
First Chevy to reach. Be the first Chevy or non-Ford to reach clean air all race.
Oh, that's the custom car of Mizzou is going to get into the wall. And he's going to keep it up there. He's going to go back to the line.
Did you see that strong too? Now looking for any gap he can find to get under that 62. He knows you ain't going to be able to pass right now on that high side unless a lot of guys go with you. And I don't think too many guys are going to go with him.
That's correct. He only has only Ford behind him until back to the 14 is that 4 car of Joe. So we'll see what they're able to do here.
Looks like the 62 may have grabbed it just a little bit as he shoved up, where you can touch it just a little bit and get a little tire smoke, but not lose a whole lot of speed. I believe that's what happened right there. He's really trying to keep it on the inside and not give up this lead. This 2-car looks to be a tick faster right now.
The 1 car, he's now back up. He's now up to the front as the one of Bush fan. Riding in that number 1 Monster Energy Chevrolet, hoping to get a win today. Oh, we got cars in the grass. 14, 37. 19's in the wall, 14's in the wall, 14 in the grass. That custom 99 had some damage as well.
They have damage?
Sorry, and he's in the wall, not damage, sorry.
Oh, that's it's like I've seen some wrecks this race and I ain't seen no damage. So
like, we saw the 62 on his nose and we didn't see any damage out of that, so that should have been an indicator.
Well, that 2-car getting a little antsy, trying to make that pass happen.
Yes, he is. He wants to continue leading, and he's going to go to the outside. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, looks like they are going caution. Yep. Caution's out. The field froze when they got the start-finish line.
Yeah, they finally got that worked out and got a caution. So definitely, this 62 car looks pretty decently strong. The 2-car looks a little stronger and a little faster currently. Just depends on where they got their tire pressures at. You know, if you was able to get them up to all 50s, or you did the all 40s, could vary. But we should see some guys get their full setups in now. It being the second caution of the race. Or being the second time they're able to go down pit road. I was trying to get lined up to go in the pit. It's right here. That's another thing I don't really much care for about these manual caution leagues. Is just the pit road stuff. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I mean, I like it and I don't like it. To be honest with you, the 62 comes down pit road. Sorry to interrupt. Your leader comes down pit road.
I'm a big fan of the restarts overall, but
yeah.
There's so many different variations of how many different leagues do it and how they do it, how everything works. I mean, it would be nice if we had a thing like Project Cars, or a system or interface like Project Cars has or iRacing has to do it and do it right. But it's all kind of just word of mouth, and a couple guys can jump in front of the other, and nobody really complain or talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the big thing about manual cautions, that it's kind of the bad thing about it. It's just the lack of communication. There was an easy way for everybody to be in a party, you'll talk to each other easily. I mean, I think manual cautions would be the way to go in every league. Excuse me, sorry for the yawn. It's youngsters' bedtime. But yeah, I know us in our mainly the Midnight series, we all do game cautions and all that. And it doesn't, sometimes there's a huge wreck and a caution will come out and it's like, well, that sucks. But, that's part of the game and just how it goes. But
yeah. I mean, I think on once they did the 2019 update, they updated it quite a bit. I think it's even going to get better going into Heat 4 the cautions. I don't think, we need to have it online where it's just, somebody barely spins out and there's a caution like it is in real life, but there's got to be a medium.
That was like 2 cars wreck, it's caution. Probably.
Yeah, I would like that, 2 cars spin out. 2 cars go 180 around, then it's a caution.
As the field regenerates up. I believe the 2 car should be the leader. I don't know if he's supposed to be the leader and he left to the outside. Maybe he's going to try and drag that forward. Oh,
looks
no,
like
more
the 48, the 12, and the 62, 71, and the 10 all serving penalties. So,
They're pace up,
going
if I'm not
down pit
mistaken.
road again. Oh,
2-car doing a smoke fan thing to do and warm up his tires. Call it smoke fan. I mean, unless he just doesn't go, 80 foot when the pace speed's like what 75, just doesn't go 90 for 90% of it, and then go 65 when it start finish line. I think we'll be okay. That's
we might start thinking that whoever's in this 14 right now is a smoke clone. If he slows down to about 20 on the restarts, then
it's hard to. We can't do anything about it. Smoke's one. I mean, if you guys follow our Cup Series, in that little point setting sheet that I do from the Midnight Channel or Twitter, you see the polls. I think Smoke's now at 6 polls, so it's nothing we can. There's not much we can do about it to stop it unless we tell him to stop doing polls. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Everybody that can go out there and just set one wicked fast lap, go out there and do it. I'm all for you.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability, or I don't have just the knowledge to go out there and just set that one wicked fast lap. I'm a lot better racer than I am qualifier. I think that's a little better skill to have sometimes.
Oh, the 14 shorted the 18 on the pace lap. Okay. I think I've gotten 2 poles in our Cup Series. If I'm not mistaken. I know Bristol. I know the other one, but
I only had one pole, and that was in the Truck Series at Bristol.
well. Alright, here we go. We are back in the almost in the tri-oval, and looks like Chad Baseball will be your leader. He likes the outside, hoping to get a really good jump to clear the 4, and he will as we're back underway.
I think the 4 may have let him in because that one was getting a little squirrely.
Forward power.
Yeah, it's definitely strong right now. I think these Rouse Shades engines haven't really worked out.
Yep, 2 Fords, 2 Fords, 2 Chevrolets, and another Ford. Is that your top 5? But Chad Baseball has found his way back to the lead, and hopes to lead the rest of Stage 2 and get him another playoff point.
Yes, look at there again, the 42 trying to work that outside, trying to make a couple moves. I think he's trying to do kind of like what Chase Elliott was doing at Daytona during the duels. Is hop up there, maybe get a spot, then pull back down. And some of these guys are just letting him go, and sometimes you gotta close that door, and you might as well just let the guy in, or he's gonna cause a wreck. So it's kind of interesting to see what he's doing right now, and definitely trying to build a run. I think he understands what he's got to do to try to get it back up there to the front. We've seen him have the speed and trying to make those moves, but I just don't think he's catching the runs at the right time and don't really have enough help. It looks like a Daytona night race right now, just single filed.
Not a bad showing so far.
One thing also, because I would rather run the high line at Daytona or Talladega, just to be 100% honest, is you gotta run the high line. You gotta go as far up as possible. You almost gotta be within the white line up there in the wall, all the way around it, just to. You're either on the bottom or on the real high side of trying to make it work.
You have to be committed.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, had to wait for a second. But as Chad Baseball still leads the race in the 4-car of Joe still in second. They haven't really changed. 14 and 24 have worked their way to the 4th and 5th position, and that is Storm Chaser and the 24 Packers Dynasty.
I mean, they're starting to race back there in the back a little bit. I don't think anybody's really too really want to make a move up front, or if anybody really can, because we're talking about a little communication error. You never know. Some of these guys might not know when to go. If the guy behind you is going to step out, especially if a guy's a different manufacturer. If you're in the same situation right now with the 1, you don't think the 14 is going to go with you. The 24 might, but he's about a car length back. But right now you're sitting in the second stage. You test the waters. If it's me, I'm gonna hop out there on the outside, see what happens, see if anybody goes with me, and see who's willing to make the moves.
Seems like these two have been near each other for almost the entire race. It's the 37 and the 42. These two have been in the front together, the back together, and they're trying the outside together. This is 37 of Strasburg and the 42 of Chicken Eater. See if they can work their way back to the front.
Well, these guys trying to make this race interesting for us, because right now it's single file all the way, except those two.
Yeah.
And they can't get her going when there's just this big of a freight train moving on the inside.
I don't think it's difference between custom and defaults. Just depends how your car is set up either way. But it's going to be a little bit harder to make some moves and make that outside work with these default setups.
Yeah, because a lot of times in a custom, if you're going to be able to, you're going to try to run a hot line, you can usually put that gear ratio down a click and forth and really make that high line work. Change your spring settings or whatever, run the higher banking. But
the outside line just got stalled. The 18 of On Fire got into the outside wall in front of the 12 of Mega Driver. And everyone who was on that outside, like the 37 and 42, along with the 12 and 10, had to jump to that bottom to avoid getting put in the wall.
Man, I see this 14 kind of peeking out down the backstretch every time. Like, he keeps, kind of touching that nose out there. Kind of seeing.
Trying to see if that 2400 might go with him.
Maybe the 4 car to even go with him. Those two guys are teammates, the 4 and the 14. So the 1 car now shot down to the inside. 14 does go high, and he's gonna go all the way to the back.
Back, yep. All right, the 1 got in the apron, and 14 giving him some room. Lost. He's gonna lose a ton of spots here.
And what sucks when that happens is you're less willing to do it the next time. You're less willing to hop out there because guys ain't gonna go with you.
Like a 19 and 42. That 42 has probably been the one to look at that high side the most. And I commend him for it.
Yeah, he's great. I've been sitting on him watching him most of the race because it's really the exciting thing in this. The 4, I think, the 4 and the 1 just trying not to spill the 2's macchiato.
I think, it's a good thing for the 42s doing this because, at the end of the race, and, is there one guy I can trust on to go this outside, and the 42 is going to be one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to check up. Oh, 3 wide. The 10 and 37 make contact. That's into the 42.
If I was in this race with the 42, I would be over the radio. I'd be messaging, finding somebody to get a hold of him. Like, man, I'm willing. Let's go. Let's make something happen. We'll find a way.
37 trying to get back going. It appears that was the end of the stage, and the Chad Baseball will win another one.
Can he pull off the Daytona sweep? But it's a little bit harder. A little bit harder these plate tracks. Wild card races, and he is showing very strong right now. But even on these default setups, and even on this new style of pack racing, you're still a set and duck on that white flag. You're in first, because whether anybody, I'm bad for it. I'll look you in the face, tell you over the mic, I'm with you to the end. And I'll pull out 100 feet from the start finish line past you if I can, but. So there's no friends.
As we see here, more strategy being played. Josh the Fat Man and On Fire Racing 1-2, and your stage 2 winner and stage 1 winner, Chad Baseball, will now line up in 3rd.
Same place he started that last stage from, so we know he can get to the front from there. I'm
Probably a
still
little
really
bit of good luck
excited
charm.
to see it. Yeah. You know, I'm still real excited to see what that 42 and the 37 can do there. I've definitely got an eyeball on 'em. A lot of guys are going to be a lot more willing to try to make that outside line work and go with them in this last stage, probably be a little more aggressive.
Once again, a lot of guys just go straight to the bottom. The 12, the 4, the 99, and they're all hung out on the top, and they're going to keep going back. 4 tries to get down. I don't think it's going to work as contact between teammates in the 14 and 4, but they work it out quite nicely.
Wow, they are looking like a true Stuart Horse team.
48 on the apron into the grass. Same as the 19. 19 brings back up the track. 48 is around to the front stretch. 19, 37, 38 did a nice job avoiding it. Looks like the 48 and the 19 got the...
The 1 now is underneath the 24, making the pass for 3rd.
Oh, they're 3 wide, 42, 24, 00. 3 wide for the 4th position.
The 42 makes her work. Man, he is impressing me big time. He's starting to make that outside line work. His CGR teammates, the 1 and the 42, now starting to work together on that outside.
Going right off the
They
top
have
here,
the
the
run,
1.
the 62 slowing. Can the 1 get him at the line? And the
I
no,
think the
62
1
would get
got
at the
him.
line. I know, I saw 62 because I was following alongside the 62 right there, and it looked like the 62 got him.
Looks like they're not stopping for a caution.
Man, that's like what I said earlier, man. Once you get it working and once you get it rolling, you have momentum.
If I'm 62, wow, what's 62 doing?
I ain't real for sure. He's in the grass. I think he just got chucked, and the 1 car pulls down and leaves his teammate on the outside. Wow.
I was thinking if I was a 24, anybody in the back of that bottom line, I want to go to the top. Those 2 were hanging around with the 9 on the bottom.
Man, I preached it. I pulled the same thing in the Xfinity Midnight race. I said it all week. We can make the high line work, but we got to be committed. You know, you pull the momentum, especially in these default setups. You know, you're running with the same gears. You get it pinned, you get it rolling on that high line, you can make it work.
For sure. As Bush fan continues to lead, and now he has the lead. 2 of Chad Baseball sits in the 2nd position here. He's been there in that top 5 for a majority of the night. 3rd place, you have the Dozer of Old Man Ballin. 4th place, On Fire Racing gets back up there with some strategy. And 5th place, the 24 of Packers Dynasty. And look at that. The 10. The
car looking
42 is just going to... Oh, goes inside.
Man, let's get him over at midnight. He's a blast to watch.
I think he's making. If there's, like I said earlier, if there's one guy you can trust on the outside, just how the race is gone, that's the 42. And there he goes again.
I think him and Bulldog be best friends in the Daytona race.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly.
14 is going to go high with the 71 along with the 42. 42 is going to duck down low. I don't think he's really just trying to make that outside work. I think he's just trying to get to the front as quick as possible, and it's working. He's passed a lot of cars doing so.
I really hope he finishes in the top 3 or wins this race. I want to talk to him.
Yeah. He's now got some help with the 4 and the 99. Let's see if they can make something work. The 10 might duck out, and he does for a second. Oh, big checkup. The 42 is going to go to the outside, but I don't think the 4 and the 99 has enough motor to get him up there.
Wow, that's something that you might not see in this last stage too much often, is that 00 was letting the 2 back in as the 2 popped off on that inside. So,
From the 14 and the 72 back there, I'm going with the outside. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. If I'm the 2 car, really. I'm trying to make that high line work. This late in the race, you do it. You pull up, you make it work. What do you got to lose? It's Daytona, first race of the season. Go for it.
The 1 continues to lead here.
as they get back down to that inside, and he's gonna pull out again.
Well, the 10 gets into him.
Come
That's into the
on.
14. 72 gets involved. I'm not sure if there was contact leading to that 10 going up at the outside of the wall, but that was a big hit into the 42. 14's involved.
See where all he fell back.
And
to.
that will bring out a manual caution.
Ah, okay, cool.
But I say, everyone's favorite now is that 42 car, as he's making some of the best moves in a strip plate race, or default strip plate race I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's pulling him. I really like it. I like his driving style quite a bit. You know, never afraid to make a move. So
after that incident, your leader still the one car of Bush fan with Chad Baseball sitting second.
And the one car, not to mention, was pushed up there by the 42 in just a 2-car pack around like an 8-car run on the inside. You know, you can even ask Republican here. I've ran many league races with him and plate races and stuff. I'm always a fan of that high side. No matter what, I'll be setting the lead and I'll just pull out of the high line.
Always willing to make moves that nobody else is.
But this is definitely interesting. Looks
Here we
like
go, the
the
one
doubles.
car. Oh, he's going to fake him out. He does not pit, but that might have been the wrong move, as only 2 cars stay out. That's going to be Bush fan and Old Man Ballin.
You know, but staying out of these manual cautions, man, they can put her in neutral and save quite a bit of fuel. So I mean, I don't know what the fuel strategy is here. You know what they have on fuel, but it's definitely interesting. Watching this 42 come out of pitch. The 24 will be third coming off pit road. Looks like he may have took no tires. 2 is fourth off pit road. Who's in that yellow car?
Let's go chicks to our racing.
That's Eminem's car.
4219.
Eminem's car will be sitting in the 18 car. The Eminem's car will be sitting right there in 5th. The 4 car in 6th. Who's it coming up? The Custom 99 sitting there in 7th. The 62 in 8th. The 71 in 9th. The 42, everybody's favorite right now, in 10th. I think we all need a big round of applause for Starcom Racing to be on the front row of this thing.
Whoa, what is happening? Got the one car had a big check up there. Yeah, 00 Starcom Racing Team, Old Man Ballin doing a fantastic job here, sitting in that 2nd position. Also, the 62 team, that is Josh the Fat Man, sitting in the 8th position. Love saying that new name.
It really is Old Man Ballin.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna save that soundbite right there. I could have swore I heard a bad voice crack, but I guess it might have just been me.
Yeah. It was a bad voice crack.
It's fine. It's fine. It happens to us all who are below the age of 18, which are me and Bulldog, and I don't know about Republican. Anyway,
yeah, he's a year younger than both of us. So.
You serious?
Yeah.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Breaking news, the average age of this booth is 15.75. I think that's the math and how that works, but... Oh, the 12 way out of the inside. He's going to come back on the track. He will have lost the draft, but he does keep it clean. Oh, one car on the wall. Is that the 42?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's kind of a sigh of
It
relief
is.
when you see the 42 get wrecked. Like, ah.
And
Oh,
they're
he
wrecking
might
up
have
front,
saved
so
though.
he's gonna get a
48
second
big
chance.
wreck.
Trophy Racing
Hey, look on board the
He
12
may
and
actually
look at
got
this
lucky.
pile up.
9 laps to
Oh, he
51
just
on the
pile
He
drove that
actually-
4
going
car.
to win or the one.
He actually got lucky there and got a lot of spots. So,
Let's see, where's that
kind of
42?
worked out. Kind of worked out from where he was. So.
Let's see, where is that 42? Way too many camera angles to not be at him already. 62 got knocked down pit road. Where's he at? There he is.
He's the one catching up for this lead pack right now. Wow, the 12 just was by. What was that thing they used to have on DirecTV where they had 3 individual commentators for like each driver?
NASCAR Hot Pass?
Yeah, it's pretty much what we're doing right now for the 42.
Yeah. Remember, I think it was 2009 or 2008, but I think they had one on Dale Jr. and it was like I believe it was Talladega from like 26th to 10th in about 3 laps. I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's definitely gonna be fun to see. I don't know how many laps are left in this race. I know we're closing in on the final laps, but the 2 car, the farthest he's been back all race, sitting right now in 4th. So interesting.
He
So he
does
pulls into
pit.
pits again.
Everyone follows him.
It's gonna be interesting to see the tire strategy right here. As it is a pipe track, and you make up a lot of that speed back with the draft. I'll stay right here on the 42 and see who all comes out of pit road first. So the 10 pulls out. So the 2 car be first, 10 car second off pit road. 42 gained some spots right there. Let's see where this all cycles out at.
I think that 42 would be up front if you was in that race with him, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, I would be glued to his back bumper the whole time. No matter what, me and him would be we'd be hooked up and ready to go. I think a lot of guys, you know, it's definitely interesting to see these guys be this calm. I mean, sometimes what you got to do at Daytona, especially it being that tight. That 42 has been a really fresh sense of relief in this race with a lot of the action he's brought. As that one car, his CGR teammate, will lead us back to the green flag.
We're back underway here at the Daytona International Speedway. 1 in the 71 on that inside, 24.99 on the outside. The outside, once again, does not get going.
The 24 trying to get down in front of the 19. The 19. The 71 trying to pull up and make the move. He gets back, cuts off the 19,
Oh.
runs him up the track. They're 4 wide. They're wrecking in the back.
Oh, 00 is... Oh, big hit for 00. 00 is almost flipping. Gets back on all 4 wheels. But here they go. Only look at the amount of cars not involved. The 1, the 71, 24, 12, 10, 99, and 62. I believe that's 7 cars not involved in that crash.
Man, I hate that the bow tie is black now. It's not still gold. I would make some of these cars look a lot better just having that little gold on the front of them.
I would agree, especially those. I guess it's gonna be pointless for the RCR cars in this game because they're already gold.
Yeah, but you know the like the one car, the Monster Energy
Oh, that
one
was
all
nice.
black car, that looked real nice with the gold and the gold on the back of it. Then have the Camaro black.
Tell you this, when we
I don't know why you're worried about the bow tie.
speaking of Mustangs, I know I was a Chevrolet guy before getting drafted by Wood Brothers, but I can tell you this right now, we were talking about doing 2018 versus 2019, and it was pretty much Ford and Toyota guys saying 2018 for the paint schemes, and all the Chevrolet and Toyota saying 2018, and all the Ford guys were saying 2019, and I was like, you know, doesn't matter, it's just a different car, y'all only want it for the Mustangs. And now I realize I couldn't stand the Fusions, and I really like the Mustangs, so we'll
The Fusions were so terrible. I mean, they ran them for years, and I never liked them. I've always been a big Chevrolet guy. You know, not even, you know, I'm kind of loyal to who I'm running with, and you know what team I get selected upon. So, kind of having to be a Ford guy right now, but.
let's see if any of those we've had a couple of pit stops here the past couple of laps.
One car now looking, maybe, unless he's faked him out a couple times.
He is going to pit. 24th
That
going
will
to stay
put
out.
24. He's going to be the only car that stays out.
You see him trying to go as slow as possible instead of maybe save some gas here.
Definitely, man. You gotta, but you can't just. You're in neutral, to say the least. You're sitting there in neutral. This is one of the tracks where it is pretty dangerous to run a 3-year.
Yep.
So, I don't know, one thing, I mean, as close as these guys been, if you really wanted to, you can sit there and run about half throttle and just keep the draft. You know, hang around there in the back and save some fuel, but right now at the end, I think that was a pretty smart decision to get him that track position. The 14 going to be right there in second. The 2 cars starting third once again, as we know he can get the lead right from there. I think it would be really cool not to see one of the big name cars win this race. I'll see that 71 in victory lane, or even the custom car with no sponsors on it, or the 62, or really the 002 being Starcom. He still looks to be saving quite a bit of fuel, and that 2's not willing really to push him.
Looks like the where's the first Toyota? The first Toyota is in the go a while back. I think it goes to the 18. There are not many Toyotas in this race. I think only the Gibbs cars in this race are Toyotas. 18, 19.
And one of them lagged out in the 11 car of Great God Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the 18 and the 19 right now, as that's your only 2.
Well, we don't have a lap count, and the technical difficulties of Discord have prohibited us from actually getting a good running order, and not running order, but a good lap count. But there could be 10 to go, there could be 2 to go, there could be 30 to go. We don't know.
This could be the white flag.
This could be that's racing very aggressive. The cut 99 is going to get into the 1. The 1 keeps it up top though. That's one thing. You know, Bulldog, we preach at midnight is if you get hit, keep it up at the wall. That outside trying to get going. There's 4 cars. Look right here. If I'm that 4 car or something like that, I'm going to that outside. 42. Oh, he's getting back up here. It's about to get interesting. Whoa, 99 hits the 2, and there are 3 wide.
The 47 playing it, not the 47, but the 42 playing it real smart right now. He's kind of picking and choosing his lines. You know, I like this. He's pulling momentum, pulling down. He's going back and forth quite a bit, but you gotta find somebody to work with. You gotta stay committed to one of these lines eventually.
Alright, we're gonna be on board with this car for the next couple of laps. I want to see how far he can get up there. The 42 I think it's chicken leader.
He's
Chicken-
just stick her in
chicken
the
eater.
wall a little bit. I believe he just stuck her in the wall a little bit. That's one car getting around on the 24. The 24 just sticking her there on
There you
the
go,
inside.
18. Like I'm the 18, the 4, the 19, 38.
Come
Like
on,
get up there.
71. The 71 just stuck him in the wall, man. 42 just can't catch a break. The one car probably gonna just hop down there to the inside once again once he gets clears.
Look at this
No,
2x2
yeah.
for a first couple of lines, but the one car is holding that bottom.
And you hate to see that as a driver, man. You hate to, if you're especially one of the guys that helped him get up there and him not just pull y'all by him.
71's gonna
The
get on the
one
outside wall.
times-
He's gonna possibly lose the draft.
He did the same thing. That's really the reason the 42 car got screwed up there. He's back there in
Oh,
the back.
48. Oh, they're wrecking. 20. That 00 and 42 barely get by, but this wreck will collect the 30. Then we got 37. We got the 38. We have
the 42
the
put some 42 put some Ryan Priest moves on him right there.
yeah. Him and 00 both. Unfortunately, I believe they have lost the draft as well as the 19 of NAP Racing. So this main pack is now only, I believe, 7 cars.
And this might be coming to the end of this race right here.
6
They didn't
cars.
call the caution for that massive wreck. So
24's lagging
The
back.
one
We'll see what he does.
this might be the last lap.
Could possibly be. Oh, they get shoveled. Oh, they get a little swirly in the back of the middle of that pack. 14 trying to save it. Out of 4, the one car is going to lead the 24.
That was not the last lap.
As you hear, the 19 has recaught that draft. 00 and 42. I don't believe they're going to get it, but it would be awesome to see them two get it.
That would be something that would be awesome to see them two cars coming from that far back get a run, make her work. But I don't think it's gonna hardly happen. You gotta do
Nah.
within 8/10, and they're just pulling away. 24 really starting to look high and puts the 14 down there. He's done that a couple times, put that 14 below that yellow line. 14 saved it now 2 straight times on 2 consecutive laps.
The 2 car of Chatter Baseball has led a majority of this race. He won both stage 1, stage 2, and got the pole. Can he win everything? He's on the 4th position right now with his Ford Alliance, not really Ford Alliance, but his Ford driver sitting 3rd and 5th, along with 7th. See if I can make something happen. There he goes.
He's going to the outside and no help.
He gets back to the bottom though.
I think they're letting him in. They're really trying to, guard it, and I just don't see it working right now. I think they're a little too far back this late in the race, but be great to see one of them somebody make that high line work. I really expect it to be that 24, the 14, maybe the 14 lead the 2, and those back cars pass the 1, the 24. But if that many cars go, it's really easy to gauge and really easy to pull that block. So.
Sorry, blue screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently we are now at 5 laps to go. Proud to go here. Sorry, idea. Someone was able to comment. Thank you for commenting and letting us know how many laps we got to go. So now we're coming to 4 laps to go. The one of Bush fans still leading. 24. That was my pick of Packers Dynasty, sitting 2nd. And who was your pick there, Bulldog?
Me and Republican both selected that 19 before the race started. He's sitting right here in this lead pack. Be interesting to see what they could do. We saw the 42 and the 1 car make it work earlier with only 2 cars. So
2 car to the
14's a
outside
little-
once again.
I think the
Never-
14's a little hesitant to work with him. He may be trying to shuck that 2 car, fake him out and pull back down. So interesting to see the 10 car goes down to the outside and goes to the outside of the 19. And if you're going to start trying to make that move from about 4th on back, you need to start going to build the momentum and
running
make
out
the
time.
But so we are coming out of 3. We are now on 3 laps to go at the Daytona 250 at Daytona International Speedway. The 19 could have had a run, but he's going to check up.
If you're from 4th on back right now, you pull out this lap. You pull out down the back stretch. I think that's what the 10 and the 19 is trying to do, is they're getting a run built on the 4 car and trying to make this work. Because, I mean...
2 back to the outside, 14's on the outside. 19's going to check up, though, and 4's going to give them room to get back down, it looks
goes,
like.
I got
10 goes on. This
Yeah,
is 19, we now get past the 10. This is... starting to get mad at him a little bit.
Yeah, I can tell. We're now at 2 laps to go. Can the 1 hold on, or will someone else be able to get him?
Let us go, Bush fan.
24, half a car length back. Well, is he trying to lay back? Can he trust the 14 to push him? 10 trying to go to the outside. 2, he's looking to the outside, but I think he knows no one's going to go with him.
You gotta keep trying. You're not gonna fall back that too. You're not gonna fall back that far. So do it and see what happens. But you gotta pull out at the right time. Make a smart move. The
Here we go.
14-2 now going.
No, it's not
See how
letting
many
him.
cars pull up with them.
1 to go, sponsored by Speedway Collective. Can the 1 a Bush fan get it done with a 24 Packers nice to get it? Will someone else in this main pack of 7 to get it done?
Wow.
24 is gonna make a move.
It's a 2-car race now. You ain't gonna see anybody else pull out, because if the 14 makes a move right here, then it's just gonna slow his run down. He's not gonna be able to make the run on the 1.
2 to the outside, not gonna be able to work. 24 does not make a move. Neither does the 14.
He's laying back. The 14 down to the inside. The 14 moves him. Will the 14 have a big enough run? But I think that's all she wrote. The fat lady has sung, and the 1 car will get the win here.
That's not the last lap. Well, we were mistakenly informed that we were told there was 5 laps to go, but there's not. Maybe this is the last lap.
Yeah, maybe we just called it wrong. Now the 14 making the move. He's backing up to that 2 car. The 2 car willing to make the moves we've seen before. He's willing to go to the outside. So
then they're going to do it at the wrong time. Then they're going to get this run going to the turn 3, and I don't think it's going to work.
Bush fan.
he might be trying to move him.
We'll see what happens. Coming out of 4. 5 cars in this main pack now. The 1 car is going to lead that one. God, whoever told us there was 5 to go.
This is killing me. I made a great call right there for the end and everything else.
Give me a sec. Hold on. Did he say 5? Hold on. Someone commented. Someone commented 5 laps to go. All right.
He's now stuck on the outside.
Oh.
It's going to be the 14 and the 24 now working together. Don't know if I'll be really trusting that 14. He's fishtailed quite a few people, so but you got to make a move. You got to do something.
1 car is holding that bottom. Bush fan, can he get it done here today?
Coming up on lap traffic. Hope we won't see what we saw last night. And lap traffic play a factor, but sometimes it always is inevitable. I mean, right now, if you're standing there on that inside, you might be able to see a run. I think that's what they're doing, is going to try to use the 18 as a pick and get the run off him. But it may just slow him down, which it will.
6 laps to go.
And the two
They
looking
just
to
put
the
86
outside.
laps to go in the chat.
Yeah, that's wrong. Don't listen.
I really don't think there's 86 to go.
The 2 and the 10 trying to work that outside, getting some help from a lapped car in the number 37.
Man, it's the 2 car looking out of the outside. Once again, he's peeking, man, but it's not working. The 14 made some moves. I think the best move you could possibly make is to try to get under the one and move him.
Yeah.
At this point, because you don't really know who you're going to be able to trust. You know, it's not really the greatest move you can pull, but it's a move. It's Daytona, so.
This one car is hugging that yellow line, though.
He's doing a really great job of that right now, and he's done a really great job of it all race. I don't know what that rule is below the double yellow. I know some default leagues have a thing where you can at certain points, but definitely interesting to see.
Some of these cars are laying back. 2 and 10 are laying back. 14 looking to the outside. Here comes the 24. He's going to go to the bottom. And
that was
that was a close one there.
That was a gutsy move, pulling it back in. The 24 did a great job. The 14 getting real antsy right now. The 14 going a little high, maybe trying to build just a tick momentum. And he's working that high line again. The 24 not going with him. That could have been the last lap.
It was not.
No.
It'd be a lot easier if we had some.
Yeah, it would be 10 times easier. The 14 now looking once again. He's going to lose this spot eventually.
14.
He's backing up.
He's backing it up.
I just don't see that 24 going with him. It's just not happening. The one car tries to run a little higher line right there. Maybe the tires are going away. A little bit depends on what he did. Can he get her back down there to the inside? The 24 down to the inside. They're pitting.
He has to pit.
What?
He must be way off on how many laps we got to go. Here comes a 2.
God bless. This is definitely interesting to see. Maybe a little lag right now for the one. They could have just ran out of gas.
This could be, I mean, it might be a fuel race. You never know.
I don't know. Well, that 2 car did pit the last time, so we could be extremely off or we could be real close. So.
Here comes a 1.
One car.
Whoa, big wreck. Oh my
big
god.
Wreck. The 62 up and over.
Someone else is flipping. Who is this? The 48 is on his side.
Now.
Wow.
Maybe we can test in the Discord now and see how many laps we've got left from some of these drivers. The one car getting kind of lucky by that all the cautions out. Because he made that stop just before the caution flags flew. And is the caution out? Yeah, the caution is out.
Should be, yep.
Look at Nap Racing up there. Midnight guy representing us well. This has to be closing in a lot of laps.
It has. I mean, we've been.
5 to go.
Is a caution?
This is kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
Over, you know, according.
Guys are trying to pit once again, topping off of fuel.
You might have jinxed the one car.
Yeah. Looks like your leader. Lead the 1.
Alright, I just got news. The Discord chat is now working. There is 4 laps to go of racing.
Yeah. Where's that 42 at? The 42 is in second. Sorry, we're not having.
42 is in second.
We're not having favoritism, we swear. But this guy is very exciting to watch racing, and we want to see him do good.
4 to go. So
Oh, he's on the
Jimmy
inside
Spencer-
though. He hasn't been down there all race.
Didn't Jimmy Spencer drive the 42 at one point in time? I believe.
I'm too young for that. I don't know. Actually,
I'm about to say we could
41.
We could slime.
41.
Oh no, he drove the 41. That's right. Well,
The Kurt Busch
still yet,
rivalry.
Mr. Excitement Jr. Right
What was the
here.
2? The 2 has been up front for a majority of this race, so we'd love to see where he's at.
If the 42 can get going, the 42 did play the 1 a favor. The 1's been kind of a he's pulled down every time he's got to run. So
Love to see what
we'll
this 42 can do.
as long as the 42's at his quarter panel going into the corner, I think he's going to be able to get him.
So
He
we're coming
has
to
some
3 to go.
guys right here.
And I believe
He's had some
there's... I'm sorry.
He's had some guys right here. You know, he has Packers Dynasty there on the inside. He has the 14. He has that custom car down there, that 99, and the 10 car. All those guys have been real fast. And, you know, on the outside, you have the 4, the 19, the 00, and the 71. The 2 all the way back there in the back. So I think the 42 might have a little bit of advantage right now on that inside with the guys he's got pushing him.
So we now have 3 to go, and I don't believe a caution come out because when they do manual cautions, 3 to go. I don't think there's manual caution possible. So it's a 3-lap dash for this win. We are back underway. Oh, the 42 does not get a great restart. Checks up the bottom, lets that 1 car in, and that almost wrecked the 24.
But now the 42 is going to have it on the inside. We know he's the guy that's tested the waters on the high line all race long. Can he get him?
19 hard to the wall comes back down. That's going to get a lot of cars. 00 is involved, and we also have with the 18s involved. Last year's champion. Don't believe a caution going to come out though.
That one car is beeping and wolving right now. Definitely interesting. I think the 24 is going to be a little easier to work with now that the 42 is in front of him. So here we go.
Now coming to 2 laps to go. The 42 of Chicken Eater pushing his teammate, the 1 of Bush Fan, but will he go around and get himself the win? He's worked the high side very well today. Knows he has a fast car. Let's see what happens.
Can he get to that inside maybe right now? The 14 now pushing the 24 up the track. That's the second time he's made that move this race. This should be interesting. We're coming around to get 1 lap to go of racing the white flag.
42 looks as though they're going to be locked in his bumper and pushing him to the end of the win. The 42, did the 14 just pass below the O-line?
Yes, he did.
Is that not a...
you hate to see it. The 10 car now coming back up on the track.
Apron. That's what wrecked the field. Big wreck for the 2.
There might be some... if that 14 gets the win right here, there's going to be definitely some worries about that because he did get that yellow line and pass below it. He moved him.
Now, we're not sure of these league rules, but we're almost 100% sure that if you go below the yellow line, that's it's a black flag.
Man, that 42 is still working the high line on this last lap. I don't think he's going to get there. Little 2-car tandem, 2011 action going on right now. The 1 car is up in front.
14 trying to peek it outside. It's not going to make it work. The 42 and 48 way back there.
He's looking now to the outside. I don't think any of these guys are wanting to help or give that 14 any favors.
No.
14's going to have the run right here.
42 peeking at that outside. It's not going to work. And coming out of the trial with the 1 car Bush Fan is going to get the win. Great job by him.
I would expect them to take the second place away since he did take that on the below the double yellow, but
What are they saying in Discord?
Position. I don't know. I'm about to go in there and ask and
Gotcha.
'cause I kind of need.
Republican, what were your thoughts on that race?
It was crazy. I just wish somebody would have went high with that 42 the whole race.
Yeah. A couple cars were trying to do that. I think he had a 10 and the 37 for the majority of that race working that high side, but they were taken out on the top side. They were taken out early, or not early, taken out on the last wreck with like 3 or 2 to go. So he kind of had no help in that outside. But the 42 car will come home 4th. We have 3rd place in that 48 and 2nd place the 14 with 1st place. Who will get our interview will be Bush Fan. We will get an exact name on that. We'll go blue screen here for a couple seconds as we interview our winner. Let's see, the 1 Bush fan 1854. 1854. Sorry, blue screen. Sorry about that.
The 14, the Storm Chaser, did not go below the double yellow line. On both of our screens, it looked like he drove her in there nose deep and got him. But we'll see. They're going over the video proof. I know right now that Bush fan needs an invite to the party.
I sent him an invite. I did.
Alright, cool.
I'm gonna go blue screen again, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We should actually have him in here. Bush fans, your party audio it's always allowed.
Yes, it is.
Alright, what's up, man? So you had a very good race overall. You had teammates with the 42. He was working very well on that outside. Tell us about your race, man.
It was going pretty good. And, just making the right calls.
But I say you gotta be very excited about your win here tonight. First race of the season, and you come out here and you get the win. And not only that, but you prove that Chip Ganassi has got some speed for the rest of the season. As you and that 42 looked very fast tonight. Is there something? Did y'all work together on the setups to provide the fast cars, or is it more of just I got this, you have that, and let's just go with it?
It was all team.
Team effort. I know those guys at HHR do that pretty well on midnight, if I'm not mistaken. But Bulldog, got any questions for our race winner?
Well, man, we saw you quite a bit. You'd get up there and make the move on the high side and just ditch the guys. Was there any guys mad in the chat or anything over that, and you just pulling down and leaving the stragglers be?
Nope.
That's Republican. You got any questions for me,
No.
Well, all right. This is our Daytona 250 winner, driver number 1 Chevy Camaro for Chip Ganassi Racing. Bush fan, thank you for your time and congrats on the win.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Now, Storm Chasers, who we need.
All right. Yeah. Second was the 14, right? I do not have. What's this username? Isn't STRM? It's Storm Chaser 96. We'll summon him. If it's not him, we'll mute him.
That was he made some questionable moves there. He got him to second, but nobody was far, but just didn't work.
Storm Chaser, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Is your part area set always allowed? We gotta ask this question every time.
It is allowed for this party only.
Nice. This is Storm Chaser, driver number 14, Stuart Haas Ford Mustang. And I believe you brought it home at second today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I did.
Alright, so you drove a pretty good race overall. You were up front for the majority of the race, showed that Ford Mustang had some power. Tell us about your race, man, and how you thought it went overall for you.
I'm happy with second because normally I don't have good luck at plate tracks. I hate them, and anyone who knows me can attest to that. I was involved in every other accident tonight, so that was fun. I hated how the cars drove. I hated the runs that I got. But, yeah, I'm happy with second. And got really lucky with making those passes, which I did go back and get my video of it, and I got forced down when I passed the 10, or not the 10, the 24, and so I came back up and kind of pushed him out of the way, but he forced me down. So by rule, that's all legal.
Yep. Just looking at the camera angle we had, which was the broadcast cam, wasn't like on the chase camera on board. It did look like that. That you kind of went to the bottom, but from our angle, we kind of were looking at the right
Yeah.
side of the car, and it was very hard to see, if y'all have some left quarter panel action. But Bulldog, do you have any questions for our second place finisher?
Yeah, man. I think towards the end there, really, even before that last caution came out right there, you made some very aggressive moves to get you in place to get there and maybe try to get that win. But you think those aggressive moves and being a little more aggressive tonight maybe cost you the win because guys wasn't really willing to work with you?
No. Because I know the 2 car was willing to work before we pitted, and it wasn't working out when it was me and him going up against the 24 and the 1. But once I passed the 24, then the 24 got between me and the 2, so it kind of hurt our working together. But then I had my teammate and a lap car behind me once people started pulling off and pitting. So I thought we were all set, then the caution came out and ruined all that. So I had people around me willing to work. I had, once I got past the 24 and the 42 coming to the end there after the restart, and I was in second, I had my teammate behind me, then he hit that stupid bump in 3, so that took him out. And then I had another guy behind me that would have went with me, but he got too far back, so he wasn't any help, and I couldn't do anything with the 1. But that's about as aggressive as you'll see me on a plate track. Like I said, I hate them, and I just want to survive. So I normally don't get too aggressive.
I got you, man.
Republican, you got any questions for me, man?
Yeah, so, how did you like the outside?
I hated the outside. I absolutely hated it.
The outside is not that great at these plate tracks, but there's only a couple cars who, at least we could tell, who can make that outside work.
There were a lot of them that could. The 99 and the 71 came flying up at one point. The 42 was living out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every time I tried to get runs and pull out down the backstretch, and that didn't work. I tried to at one point I jumped up behind the 42, then he jumped down, so I was kind of left out there. But I normally don't have any speed on the outside. I need people around me. It helped that the inside kept checking up. There were a couple drivers that like to give a little too much space, which I guess is a good thing sometimes, because I kind of preached that earlier in the race. But that really helped the outside. But I hated it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I can definitely tell, or not tell, but definitely can vouch that, when you're trying to make moves and you're all by yourself, the outside's not a great place to be, but you got a consistent group of guys. I felt like if I had that 42 pushing me, I knew I was making something to the outside. We were talking about that at the stream, how that 42 was just always going to that outside. We thought it was pretty interesting and pretty entertaining to watch. But if we don't have any more questions for our second place finisher, do we?
No, not at all. Congrats on the second place finish, man. Glad seeing the SHR car be out front.
Thank you.
I believe that's going to do it for us here in the booth, if I'm not mistaken.
Or do we need to get one more? I'd like to talk to you.
I had the 40. I mean, we can get the 42 in here, of course. All right, let's get Chicken Eater. Did I spell chicken right? I was blocking. Okay, there's a lot of chicken usernames. Do we know the exact username? I got it actually. Hold on. Yep. Sorry, blue screen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. There we go. See if we can get him in here.
498.
Well, thank you, Evers, in the comment. He drove the Larson.
Well, did you get him?
We did, and Chicken Eater, is your pod audio so it's always allow?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we've you create some new fans here tonight. Working that outside, it was very interesting and very entertaining for you to. I think you're on the outside. What would you say, Bulldog? 50% of that race, I would say. 40%.
50%, 75%. Man, you put on a tremendous show. Round of applause. You know, I'm one of the guys that always like to work that outside of these plate tracks. Man, I was really impressed with you tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, we were really trying to get it going. Me and my teammate Bush Fan in the one car, we took us a little while to get hooked up, but once we did, we got on the outside. I pushed him clear for the lead and just told him to leave me, and then he pretty much controlled the race after that, which was really nice.
That's being a great teammate right there. I'll just have to tell you.
Yep, he did not make the playoffs last season or get a win, so me and Rockstar, the 9 car, unfortunately he lagged out. We were really focused on trying to get Bush Fan locked in right away, and we accomplished that, so that's good.
I believe you guys are something. I mean, it's kind of a connection you guys have. Is it Chickstar Motorsports?
Yeah, it's Chickstar Racing. Just
Racing.
a combination of Chicken and Rockstar. So he's Chickstar, you know.
Yeah.
Silly little name, but you know.
So you got the pretty much an influence from that, or I got to know that last season when I was commenting a couple races, y'all. I was like, what is Chickstar Racing? I was thinking about it. It's like, oh, those two
Luckily,
are
we're the same manufacturer now, so it's less confusing.
But I think y'all were it's like a Haas car in the 42, if I'm not mistaken, last year.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He was Blaney.
Blaney,
So
sorry.
like, why? Yeah.
Yep. Bulldog, you got any questions? I'm sure you got a lot of things to say about him, but do you have any questions for our 4th place finisher?
No, man, just an overall round of applause, man. You put on a great show and really made this race interesting overall. You know, you was the shining star in a much dual field, so great job. Republican, you got anything for him?
No, just congratulations and keep making that high side work.
All right, thank you guys. It was a fun
You
race.
sure did do.
Hopefully it was a fun broadcast.
You sure did do the 42 car justice on the hotline. So.
Yeah, I tried.
All right, I believe that's going to do it all for us here in the broadcast. And I know you guys enjoyed the 42 cars able to do, and enjoyed Ganassi getting that win tonight. And you know, us knowing now that was finally get his first win of past 2 seasons. So congrats to him. But Bulldog, going to give your last last opinions on how the race went?
I mean, it was a dual race, and I'm really glad the 42 was able to step out there and make that stuff happen. And, you know, seeing just the true teamwork in these guys to get that one car out front and getting him leading laps and putting that guy out there was... A lot of guys wouldn't be able to do it, and I'm one guy that absolutely wouldn't do it. You know, it's great to see a lot of teamwork going into these races, and it's great to see a lot of these guys, even though it's default, put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, man, and that's one thing. You know, there's kind of the debate in a couple of the communities in Heat 3 is default and custom. You know, some people think that you know, the custom guys, you know, think they're all that, which we're in a custom league. We don't. We look at default leagues. This default league, one of the better default leagues out there, and you show that the 42 car running a default, looking like he's running a full-blown custom setup out there, making an outside work. Overall, go ahead.
Definitely love to get him maybe in the midnight beginner series at some point in time. Maybe trying to get him run some races over there. See, he put on a great show.
There's a lot of people, just leagues out there who would love to have him at midnight. And if you guys are looking for a default league, first you look towards the guys at the Elite Racing League. And if you're looking for maybe some custom starters, join the Midnight Beginner Series, sponsored by Speedway Collective. But that's going to do it for us all in the booth. First, I want to thank Bulldog and what I forget, Republican Racing, sorry, for joining me in the booth tonight. And like we said, this will be a limited schedule. We'll be doing the showcase races which is Daytona, Darlington, and the playoffs. So you guys will see us for a couple more weeks. But on Friday nights, you will see a new series we got going. It'll be the Team MBN versus Team Venom. Make sure you guys check that out. It'll be very interesting. I believe we're going to work details out later, which you guys will find out and be very excited about. But once again, congrats to the one car Busch fan. We'll catch you guys next time. So long.